Yes, watching nature documentaries can lower blood pressure, and it's not just anecdotal. A growing body of research suggests that viewing calming natural scenes on screen can produce real, measurable physiological changes. These include reductions in heart rate, lower blood pressure, and activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the body responsible for rest and recovery. While nothing can fully replace physical immersion in nature, high-quality visual media that captures forests, oceans, or wildlife can recreate many of the stress-reducing effects that real-world natural environments offer. The mechanism behind this response is primarily tied to how the brain interprets natural imagery. When individuals watch nature footage, especially scenes that include slow-moving rivers, gentle wildlife, forests swaying in the breeze, or waves lapping on a shore, the brain interprets these signals as indicators of safety and stability. This leads to a decrease in sympathetic nervous system activity, the fight or flight response, and an increase in parasympathetic tone, which lowers heart rate and allows blood vessels to dilate. The result is a drop in blood pressure and a general feeling of calm. In controlled studies, researchers have compared participants watching urban scenes, such as traffic or cityscapes, to those watching natural scenes. The contrast is stark. One experiment conducted by the University of Exeter found that people who watched nature videos, especially those containing lush greenery and water elements, experienced significantly greater reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure than those who viewed built environments. The effect was not just emotional. Physiological monitoring showed slower breathing rates and lower skin conductance, a measure of stress-related sweat gland activity. In the nature group, another study published in Scientific Reports used high-definition nature footage, including forest walks and underwater reefs, to explore real-time effects on stress markers. Viewers reported increased positive emotions such as awe, contentment, and curiosity, while at the same time, their heart rates fell and salivary cortisol, a stress hormone, decreased. Even brief exposure, just 10 to 15 minutes, was enough to show benefit. For hospital patients, older adults, or individuals with high stress levels, this offers a non-invasive, easily accessible way to support cardiovascular and emotional health. Some of the most dramatic physiological shifts appear when nature documentaries include slow, immersive visuals paired with natural sounds, like bird calls, rustling leaves, or running water. This multisensory effect enhances the illusion of presence and deepens relaxation. In neuroimaging studies, these combinations activate the brain's default mode network, associated with rest, reflection, and reduced vigilance, and reduce activity in the amygdala, a brain region heavily involved in fear and stress responses. There's even evidence that watching nature footage can help in clinical recovery. In one small hospital study, patients recovering from surgery who were shown calming nature scenes on ceiling-mounted screens had lower blood pressure, required less pain medication, and showed fewer signs of agitation compared to those in standard rooms. While the sample size was limited, the implications are promising, especially as more hospitals, therapy centers, and workplaces explore non-pharmaceutical approaches to stress and recovery. What makes nature documentaries particularly effective is their passive, non-demanding nature. Unlike meditation or guided relaxation, which require focus and participation, watching a nature film allows the nervous system to settle without cognitive effort. This makes it especially helpful for people who are too overwhelmed, anxious, or fatigued to engage in more active calming strategies. It also means the benefits can be shared in group settings, waiting rooms, classrooms, elder care facilities, without special training or equipment. Importantly, not all nature content is equally calming. Fast-cut edits, overly dramatic narration, or high-pitched musical scores can reduce the soothing effect. The most effective documentaries for stress relief tend to include long, lingering shots, natural ambient sound, and minimal verbal intrusion. Programs like Planet Earth, Our Planet, and The Blue Planet, with their sweeping cinematography and patient pacing, are particularly well regarded in studies and by viewers alike for their relaxing effect. Ultimately, these physiological benefits speak to a deeper truth. The human body is wired to respond to nature, whether it's real or replicated. In an increasingly urban, fast-paced, screen-saturated world, watching nature documentaries provides a low-cost, side-effect-free way to restore balance to the autonomic nervous system. While they shouldn't replace physical time in natural settings when possible, they offer an effective and accessible supplement, bringing peace, clarity, and even measurable cardiovascular benefits into homes, hospitals, and classrooms with just the click of a remote. In the end, nature on screen may not be wild or unpredictable, but to the heart and the nervous system, it still feels like coming home.